It is my great honor to bring to the world somebody who has a story to tell that I feel is really the story of thousands of people. And I really believe that we can learn from this story to save lives.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here. So excited to share and to help people avoid, the suffering and the years of pain that I went through.
It's very gutsy, and I appreciate that you're here to join us. So we understand that it is difficult for parents, and we understand that parents are getting a lot of advice, which unfortunately makes everything that happens much, much worse. But what I'd like from you is to tell us when you made this switch and you went into this new world, out of the insular world of your family. What I've heard from so many people who did that, they all say, it's so much easier to stay from and to stay in your world. It's really hard to make that decision to go out there and to be different than your family and to have that, the guilt and the shame and the being on your own. It's not an easy thing to do. And what it felt like when you did that and what life was like for you.
Right. I totally agree with that, Avi. I feel like my sisters or brothers had a better time, just following the protocol and doing things the way, they were told. And of course, it was a very lonely place. It was also like full of guilt and shame. It wasn't fun at all. I think that your parents should be your safety and like your recharge place. Like if you charge your phone and like your battery in a way, I hope I can be that for my daughters too. It's like going home. It's like, I feel recharged, and I feel like your parents' home should be your second home. And I didn't feel that for years. Now I do. We'll get to that later. But at that point, it was a place where my battery would get drained. And that is extremely draining. Living a double life is extremely, extremely draining.
And I try to teach parents that if you want your kid to feel at home, they need to be able to be comfortable being them, and that there's nobody outside that should be able to accept and compliment your child more than mom and dad, even though it's difficult. Okay. So I'm working that angle as well.
I think that it was a constant battle. It's like a part of me wanted to go, and like at the end of the day, it's your parents, and there's a blood bond that you can't take away. So of course you want to go, you want to feel connected, you want to feel loved. But I was extremely triggered.
And parents need to do that as well, to follow in God's footsteps. It's indestructible, and it doesn't make the person worse. I'm not going to preach too much. I just felt like I had to share that with you, that I feel your pain and the pain of thousands of people, of so many people reaching out to me and telling me of their pain of being rejected. And it's like taking our weakest people who are struggling and they need us the most and saying, okay, now I'm not going to be with you in your journey. When the Torah says the opposite, don't reject, don't judge. Did you feel bad that you were hurting your parents?
Yeah, a lot of guilt. I felt so much guilt. At the same time, I just wanted to be me. It was, like I said, it was constant struggle because deep down, I wanted to have a relationship with them. I tried talking to them, but it was with the tools that I had back then. I had no clue. Actually, I didn't choose to do this to make them upset, because trust me, as a kid, the last thing you want is to have a bad relationship with your parents. Like I said, it would have been so much easier to grow up like my sisters, who were like, okay, mommy, I have to wear this. Okay, daddy. And that's it. And keep going. And it's so much easier to fit in. It's so much easier to belong. It's so much less lonely. I had a huge gap of my life. It was very lonely. Like I said, it's like, if I would have had a choice, maybe I would have chose, following the rules and staying in the past. If it was up to me, I would have chose not to hurt my parents, not to be different, to have a more peaceful childhood. I don't think I was constantly looking for drama just to piss them off because they weren't, giving me the attention or the acceptance that I wanted. I think it actually started by me being a different child, me being a child who was constantly questioning and probably felt uncomfortable. And it's like, oh, this annoying kid who like just wants to be so different. So like I said, I never did it to make anyone angry or as revenge because they weren't accepting of me. It was first me searching for my answers, then they weren't accepting of me, and then everything that followed after that.
So let's talk about what happened when your parents magically changed. And what was that like? The trust, how did you believe it? And where did it get you? And where are you now in the relationship with your parents?
And the change obviously was very drastic after they went to you, which I had no clue. I found out like, I don't know, like a few months ago, a few weeks ago, that you were part of that like magical journey, but it definitely felt like all of a sudden, and it felt so beyond far. It was my dream, but it just felt impossible. It just felt impossible. Just like me right now dreaming about like making $1 million this year, like that's how impossible I was seeing it at that point, you know? And then I was just dreaming about it. And then magically, literally out of the blue, I don't understand, I don't even remember like how it happened. And then all of a sudden, my parents like approached me. And seriously don't remember how it happened specifically, but all of a sudden, my parents wanted to take us on a trip. And I was just like, I couldn't believe it. It was just like, I didn't know, like, after like 2.5 years of, struggling when I never struggled before, it was like Disneyland, you know? So, that was huge. And then I started feeling like more and more their support. It's been like what, 2.5 years since they changed their whole behavior towards me. Now they're completely accepted of who I am. And this whole support and the harmony in the house and like the Shabbos table, we're seven kids. And my siblings never said anything to me. They never really made any comments about my journey. But the harmony and the joy and the like you didn't get to see that because you didn't, I think you didn't stay over. Oh, you had the weekend away in the hotel. But if you ever saw like our Shabbos table, it's like we're so fun. It's jokes. It's so amazing. I can be myself, which is the most important thing for me. It's like this really, really, like light and cool relationship. But it all started with the parents. I can't explain how it has changed my life. And I'm forever thankful to you. I had no clue you were the one behind all of this. But I can say that once I started working with you, it was drastic. The change was drastic. It was like this like flow of love and abundance. I would be like, so weird. What's happening to my parents? Like, what is going on? What are they gonna ask me for? It never came with conditions. It just never did. So that it just feels like a really authentic, true love. My parents have done a lot of work, of course, thanks to you, but also, they've done a lot of work. You know what's funny? They were so worried about how people are going to look at them for having a daughter like me. And now people are knocking on their door to ask for advice of how they did it and how everyone seems so happy as a family. Because obviously, of course, people see us in weddings, they see us in simchas, and like we're sitting together in the family, and I'm there, and they see me getting along with everyone, and we're all so different, and everyone is accepting of each other. There's so much harmony and peace that is not nor it's not usual, and people envy that deep down. And it's funny how like they were so worried about people are talking about them, but now they are talking about them, but because they want to be like them, not because they're criticizing them. I'm very proud of him for doing this work.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful to see. And I believe that this is what God wants. And I believe that this is what the Torah wants. Yes, everybody wants their kids to be frum. Sure. We want the whole world to be frum. We want everybody, we want world peace. We have a lot of things that we want. But in reality, different people have their journeys and different people struggle. And people are flocking to your parents and saying, we want what you have, peace and harmony and following Das Torah, following authentic Das Torah, which has never changed. You gave your
Exactly.
children grandparents, and that's beautiful. I'm very happy for you. I feel so lucky to have had a part in this, and I wish you tremendous inner peace.
Well, Avi, thank you for having me. Thank you for all the work you've done. I hope we can do more and help other people get inspired. Magical things like this. I feel like I'm living a dream. Like I said, I never thought it would happen. So I really wish this for every single Jewish family in the world.
Amen.